Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're back with Mosman Oil and Gas. Current share price is 0.029 GBX, up 1.4% today. Year to date we're down minus 3%. 1 month chart we're down minus 3%. 5 days we're up 11%. So year to date not looking too bad, or if only down minus 3.67% at 0.029 GBX. So what's happened today is we've got a new set of news released by Mosman, which is their half-year results at 8:32 AM today. They never tend to do 7 AM RNSs, they always tend to do it a bit later. There's only one 7 AM here. That's happened for a while. So yeah, let's take a look into their half-year results and break it down. And you can get my thoughts as well on what I think of the last 6 months performance to 31st of December 2024. So, Mosman Oil and Gas, the Helium, hydrogen, hydrocarbon, blah, 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 announced its half-year results for 6 months to 31st December 2024. Summary. The company's principal focus in this period was on identifying and acquiring additional helium exploration projects in USA and the sale of Natsolco, which holds the Stanley assets for up to 1.75 million USD, with initial 500,000 USD payment received. This resulted in, compared to the same half period in 2024 financial year, revenue of 64,000. This is USD? No, it's Australian dollars. 64,000 Australian dollars. Gross profit of 18,000. So gross profit's up. Revenue is down. Net loss is up by about 1.5 million, close to 1.5 million. The loss for the period includes impairments of 1 million Australian dollars relating to Australian exploration assets, and loss from discontinued operations of 477,047 Australian dollars relating to the disposal of Natsolco LLC. The company's cash and cash equivalents as at 31st December 2024 was 3,481,147. Note, this does not include 700,000 Australian dollars contribution expected on completion of the sale of EP145, 400,000, and EPA 155, $50,000 received, 300,000 subject to grant of the permit in Australia. See below. All amounts are in Australian dollars, so yeah, we'll have to keep that in account when we're thinking about these numbers. So operational overview: reaching agreement with the Mountain Ute tribe to lease and explore the Coyote Wash area in Colorado, USA, where 3D seismic has been used to map large subsalt helium prospects. Acquisition of further 10% working interest in the Vector Helium project in Las Animas County, Colorado, USA from Vector Oil and Gas, increasing Mosman's total working interest in the project to 20%. Acquisition of 75% interest in EP145 from Greenville Energy, resulting in Mosman holding a 100% interest and operational control of EP145, and continued oil production at the Legacy Cinnabar project. Post-period end, we have converting the interest held in EP145 from capital intensive working interest to royalty by reaching agreement with Echelon Resources Limited for it to acquire 100% of EP145 for 400,000 Australian dollars, with Mosman retaining a 5% helium and hydrogen royalty. Agreement signed with West Market Oil and Gas Limited, subsidiary of Georgina Energy, selling Mosman's EPA 155 rights for 350,000 Australian dollars, with Mosman retaining a 2.5% royalty, and acquisition of 82.5% working interest in the Sagebrush project in Colorado. Board update: Carl appointed as chairman of the board. Okay, let's see what the CEO Andy Carroll himself has said. We are pleased to report on an encouraging transition period for Mosman, during which we acquired and developed Mosman's expanding helium portfolio in the USA. We streamlined our portfolio to focus on helium with the sale of Nadsol, which held the Stanley Oilfield interest. We retained our interest in the Amadeus Basin and managed the high capital costs of operating Australia by converting to royalty interest. The review of the portfolio led to the conclusion that the focus of capital allocation should be on the helium projects in USA that are lower cost and closer to infrastructure markets. This was implemented by selling the working interest in EP145 whilst retaining a 5% royalty on helium and hydrogen revenue, which I believe has significant upside potential without any of the capital requirements of a working interest. These accounts do not include any value for the royalties on the balance sheet under the current account treatment. The cash component of the sale of EPA 145 and 155 will strengthen the working capital position on completion of those transactions. Okay, so these are key developments that happened in 2024. The loss, the placing of September 2024 raised 1.5 million. Fundraising, company's cash. All right, this does not include completion of the sale. 50%, so it's gone up per bit. Okay, so here we have a breakdown of the projects as well. So current cash position 3 million. This is it must be in Australian dollars, right? So 3 million UAD to GBP is what? So it's about 1.4 million pounds they have in cash available, which is okay, but it does seem a bit low, especially if they want to work on these other projects like Sagebrush, and the other one as well, Coyote Wash as well. So yeah, Mosman interests as of 28 March 2025, 75%, that's their legacy Cinnabar Extended, Vector Helium 20%, Coyote Wash 100%, Sagebrush 82.5%. So the Sagebrush is the one that's generating that monthly revenue, whereas the Coyote Wash is still in the exploration stage. Arcoma 27%, Oklahoma. Okay. Acquisition completed. Matter subject to reporting period. Acquisition of 82.5% in the Sagebrush project announced there. This will be held by Mosman Helium. Okay, yeah, this is all the stuff that I've already discussed in previous videos about, you know, acquisitions and so on. So yeah, for anyone interested, these are the current US projects Mosman has a vested interest in. Some of them are producing, such as the Cinnabar and the Sagebrush project, which has brought in about the $60,000 of revenue in January. I expect to be around the 70 to 80,000 mark in February. So I think the main thing to take about this, especially on the AIM market, is the cash position. So as we've just converted, cash position right now is about 1.4 million GBP. That does seem okay for the company, but if they are to do further exploration work, drilling, then potentially they may need more money. That's what I'm thinking, especially as some of them, right, are on the exploration stage, such as like Coyote Wash. I'm not sure on the exact numbers on how much a new, like, you know, drilling, rigging and all this stuff would cost, but 1.4 million does seem a bit low, and they may need money. Obviously they could do like a joint venture, farm out and things, but the CEO did state that there's going to be no raises in 2025 and that the company is fully funded for the year. So any activities that should happen this year should be fully funded, but with AIM you can never know, right? Maybe there's going to be a fundraise at some point. I'd assume maybe like next year or like late this year they'll probably need to raise some money, because, you know, rising costs and things, so you can never know what can happen. But for the most part, it looks promising. Company market cap right now is still like tiny, right, compared to the assets they have. I do think it's undervalued. 5.34 million GBP market cap right now. The company has multiple projects. You know, you got some that are like producing already about the 60,000 USD in Jan, and then you've got like the Coyote Wash as well, which is in the exploration stage, where they need to do the seismic and then, you know, get a drill sorted, and then, you know, hopefully start, if they find oil or helium or whatever, and go from there basically. So yeah, you can see which one is, yeah, look, Sagebrush, $53,000 of revenue in Jan 2025, and this is all for a company that has a market cap of 5.34 million. Cash position as of December, end of December, was about 1.4 million GBP. 1.34 GBP. That is a bit low, but we'll have to see what happens. And current market cap of 5.34 million, I do think that's quite undervalued. So I think anything, if you're purchasing anything below 0.03 GBX, it's a really good entry point, especially if you look at like the 1 year chart, where, you know, it was on like 0.02, the low 0.02s for a while back. So yeah, I think, you know, it's a good option now. I'd say below 0.03 GBP to really invest. And I think, you know, even this spike here that happened last year in July, that's because of like the vector drilling. Like people thought, you know, drilling was imminent. Obviously, it's being delayed, so that's hindered the share price a bit. So hopefully, once Vector get their act together in April, and you know we finally have that Vector drilling done, that should also be a nice boost to the share price as well. But yeah, guys, if you're invested in Mosman, let me know your thoughts below. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And peace.